Hello and welcome members GSS Server Project 5 using Azure AD Connect to connect AD/DS to Azure AD. So in this following video, we're going to share you the skill set, the basic steps that you required to do what? To connect your Active Directory domain services, your AD/DS to the Azure AD. So it's a kind of migration that you can perform, you can run in your environment to just simply create a hybrid environment, or you can directly jump to the cloud after doing this whole migration steps. So this will do what? It will just replicate all the containers, your users, your each and every user in AD/DS related features directly to the Azure AD. So in this case, this replication will provide you a lot of ease to replicate all the contents, all the objects you have, and all the users and their passwords. So in this way, you can use it as a hybrid, like where you have on-premises Active Directory along with the Azure Active Directory, or you can totally quit this on-premises project, on-premises Active Directory, and start using the cloud features. So here in this following video, I'm going to show you the basic steps, and all are easy, quite easy to implement, and quite helpful in the major tools to replicate and to promote Azure Active Directory and just do all the migration with the premises ones. So let's start the steps. Now here first we need to download this AD Connect software, this tool that will allow us and enable us to replicate your on-premises Active Directory objects, content, container to the Azure Active Directory. So for that, I already opened this Internet Explorer, and we have the Google. Now here I'm going to type download AD Connect. And once you type that on the Chrome, it will redirect you to the Microsoft Store, and here click to that second link that is containing the actual detail. And here once you click here, it will show you that in which language you want to download. So let's go with the English, and let's wait for downloading and click to save. So it's gonna download this Azure AD Connect.msi, and once it downloads, then we will install it and further show you how to proceed within this video. So there you go, it's downloaded, and it's time to run this utility, this tool, to install within our AD DC. And let's follow the basic steps to install this Azure AD Connect within your DC. So first agree with the license and terms, and let's click here, then click continue. And here it is asking for the kind of version, the kind of files, the settings you want to download, you want to install. So here it says the express settings. So click here on the customize, and here on the install required component you have few options. So right now we're not going to select any of the options, we're just showing you how it works and how this AD Connect will help you to replicate your stuff, replicate your other objects, containers, user to the Azure. So once you click here, it will automatically add some basic features that are really need to allow you for this replication process, for this migration. So there you go, the synchronization service is about to install, and then we need to log in with the user sign in the Azure AD account. So let's wait for that thing. Now here on user sign in, you must select this password hash synchronization. Make sure if it is already checked and selected, then click next. And now here it's time to add your Azure AD Global Administrator or any hybrid identity administrator credentials. So here I'm going to use mine. So it's going to be Ali at GSS DMV2 on Microsoft and there I'm going to type the password for login and then click next, and first it will connect to verify our credentials, and once it's done then it will allow us to proceed. So the password I typed previously was somehow it's not accepted, but right now it is accepted, and there you go. It is showing you to connect your directories, and it showed your current forest that is existing on your premise Active Directory. So here it's time to click to add directory, because you're going to add this exact directory here, and here you need to use your admin account for validating the whole process, and the account should be your existing premises Active Directory administrator account. So I'm going to use mine. So I type the following details and let's proceed and click OK. So here validating forest credential for us and the domain connectivity, and once this validating successfully done, then it will proceed, and here's again some kind of issue, so let me retype the credentials. Alright, so there you go, the passwords are accepted and it is good to go. So let's click next, and here it is retrieving the directory schema, the main role of this Active Directory, and here on Azure AD sign-in configuration. Now here let's click to continue without matching all UPN suffixes, and under this user principal name click to this drop down and select user principal name, this one, and then click next, and here you will start seeing your containers, your domains, your OUs here. Now if you want to select some of your containers, some of your users, so go with this option saying selected domains and OUs and expand it, and there you will start seeing different other containers. So you can remove some checks from here because it will make button on this whole thing. So I'm selecting users, and it's up to you that how many users you want to select, but here if you make check on the users, so you will find all the user here, and under the computer you have the single one which is selected. Under domain controller you have the single one, and if you refresh all the details, so there's no new domain. So I'm going to select this user right now and then click next, and this is my select. Now here keep the defaults and click next, and then here repeat the same and click next. Now here on the optional feature, make sure the password hash synchronization is selected, which is already, so click next, and then it will redirect you to ready to configure. So first it's checking for all the things, and once you click to install, it will start synchronizing the process when this configuration is done. So it's time to start this synchronization and click to install, and here you can see that it's creating the Azure Active Directory synchronization account, and then in whole it will start synchronizing and replicating your containers, your OUs, your user, and all the containers that you selected. So it's up to you. You can replicate the whole directory at once, or you can just select few of your containers, your OUs, and then you can migrate to the Azure Active Directory. And later we're going to verify this whole synchronization, this whole migration on the Azure portal. So let's give it a little time for syncing. So once you see these messages that tells the configuration is done, and now you can verify, and also you can log in. So let's click exit, and now it's time to log in on Office 365 portal. So let's open the Internet Explorer and open this Office 365 portal. So there you go, the portal page is open, and here I'm going to type my credentials to log in. So Microsoft.com, then click next, and here it's time to type the password. So I'm doing the same. Now once you see this screen and start seeing this greeting, good evening, and if you log in the morning it will say you good morning obviously, then click to this app launcher on the left and select the admin So it's gonna redirect you to the admin account, and here it's required authentication. Now here you're seeing this show all option on the left, so click on this show all and select Azure Active Directory. So it's gonna redirect you as an admin of the directory. Now here directly we will click to the users and start seeing and finding out all those users that are just synced with on-premises Active Directory, and you will see the option that directory sync which will set to yes, because all these accounts were synced from the local on-premises Active Directory. So here it is loading the page, and here you can see the message on top that says that it is not working on Internet Explorer 11. So I'm going to verify this from my PC, because here I'm using my JSS server, because the Active Directory is installed on these servers. So for verification we can use my own Explorer, my own browser. So let's switch to it. Now here you can see the help desk. This is the part of my on-premises Active Directory, and you can see the yes under this directory sync and the support. And let me show you, and these are the list of my local users, and there you can see I have these plenty of accounts. So help desk is there, and the support one which I just created for this whole lab, and you start seeing all these accounts. Those are synced here on Azure AD. So that's what the purpose of this video, to show you how you can directly migrate, replicate your users, your accounts, your all those OUs that you select. It's up to you. You can select, you can make your choice, or you can replicate or migrate all of your OUs and other sort of accounts on Azure. So it's up to you, and it's a nice thing, a very helpful tool to work with. And there you go, they are listed here on my Azure Active Directory with simple settings, with simple clicks, and these are now a part of your Azure, and now you can use it on your machine wherever you want. You just only need to log in with this account. First you need to join Azure Active Directory, and then you can easily log in through these accounts. So this how, once you've done all these steps, all these instructions, once you complete, you will learn and you have the knowledge that how you can migrate your on-premise Active Directory, or you can create a hybrid environment within your whole network. GSS Server Project 6 Part 1, Configuring and Managing Azure AD Join. So here in this video you're going to observe and you're going to watch that we're going to configure and manage Azure AD Join, in which sense that we have GSS servers that we use all the time during these projects, you know. So here we'll just use those machines to connect Azure, and we'll show you how to log in with Azure ID within your Azure tenant, simply as you did with your on-premises Active Directory. Once you have AD accounts, then you start logging in your machine on the domain. So in terms of Azure Cloud, we're going to show you that how you can log in. First, how you can join your machine to the Azure Cloud, and then how you can use your account to log in on your local machine, but we're on Azure Cloud. So is this video and this whole stuff have two parts. So in the part one, we're going to show you how to log in simply, and in the second part we're going to show you a hybrid environment. So let's move to the GSS servers, and first we need to configure little settings on Azure portal. So let's move to the Azure portal file. So here we have this GSS DMV1, and now I'm going to click on the devices under manage, and here once it open, then I'm going to select what device settings, because we need to allow Azure to accept those device logins. So here you can see user may join devices to Azure all. It is set to all, and that's what we needed. So make sure that it is set to all, and then here you start seeing this devices to be Azure join or Azure register require multi-factor authentication. So make sure that it is set to no, and the maximum devices, which is like 50 and 100, and you can set unlimited. It's up to you. And here's click to the manage additional local administrator on Azure devices. So we're going to assign somebody to administer all those devices. So here I'm going to assign my account Ali to administer all these devices, and which is successfully added. So it's now what we did is we make this account the local administrator of all these machines. So whenever you need to configure anything, whenever you need to change anything, like you did with the on-premises where you have administrator account that you use all the time to configure things, to setting things, because you know the regular user account have few accesses that will be restricted from group policy or other ways. So this Ali account will behave as the administrator account on all these local machines. So I guess I've made this point clear to you. Now let's move back to the devices and click to save. So these settings will be saved, and here you can see the notification. It says the setting is saved and update. So here we are on dashboard, and now it's time to log into the GSS servers and show you how to connect with Azure AD, how to join Azure. So let's move to the GSS server. Now this is a simple machine, not join on-premise Active Directory, a regular machine, a workgroup machine. And here I'm going to show you how you can join. So right click on the start charm, this is start icon, and go to the settings. And once you click to the settings, so you're gonna find a lot of options here. So what is recommended that you type here access work, and you're gonna find the best suggestion on top, access work or school. Now go there, and here click to the connect, because this options provide you the chance to connect to the on-premise Active Directory, and also it provide you the options and features to connect to Azure Active Directory. So there you go, there's a link. So directly click to that link, and it take a moment. And now here's you need to provide your account, your tenant account. So I'm going to provide mine, Ali at GSS dmv2 on microsoft.com. Then click next, and here's time for the password. So it is accepted, and now it's taking a little moment to join your local machine to the Azure, and then you will find this message. And once you see that message on your screen, that notification that tells that you are about to join, so click to join, and it will take a while to set up your device with Azure Cloud. So let's give it a time. So there you go, all set and done. Then do what? Click to the done, and once you join the Azure AD, you will start seeing this text here that will provide you information about this joining. And if you want to explore more about the whole device sync status, then it was synced last time, so you will find here. And in the advanced tab, you will find that whenever any policy, any restriction that is being triggered, you know, from Azure portal, from Azure environment, so if your machine is joined, so you will find all those restrictions, all those policy changes here on the device sync status and the connection information. So we are successfully joined Azure Cloud. Now it's time to verify the joining status through the CLI. So you know we have what? The PowerShell. So let's type Windows, and there you go, the PowerShell here on top. So open the PowerShell, and the command we're going to execute here for checking the status of this machine, because the process, the way I showed you, is the GUI one, and now it's time to check things with the CLI. So here I'm going to type to add the /. Okay, so once you press enter, so you will find this whole lot output, and there you will see that it is providing the detail about the joining, about the stuff that you did. And there you go, you got this tenant ID, GSS DMV1, the login information, and the device authentication status successful, and you got your device ID. That is definitely means that you joined this Azure platform, this Azure cloud successfully. So this is another way to verify that whether the device is part of Azure cloud. So you can run this command and execute and analyze this output and get to the decision, get to the point that your device is joined successfully. Now we're going to verify this joining through what? Through the portal. So here's we have the portal here, and now under manage we're going to click to the devices, and definitely we're going to find this device here, and there you go, the help desk machine is there, and this desktop VRLVG2L, this is another machine we have that is successfully joined, and the owner is Ali. My account is here, and it is what? The Azure AD join. So that is done successfully, and it's time to log in your machine with the Azure account as we always did with the on-premises Active Directory. So let's log out from here. So it takes basic steps to log in through Azure account, and you will be wonder that how simple and how easy it is. So let's type the account. So what we do is go to the other user, and there I'm going to type my AD account. So Ali at GSS DMV2 dot on Microsoft.com. Then here I'm going to type the password, and let's see. Okay, so it is welcoming. That means the credential is accepted, and there you go, it is preparing your screen, your customizing your experience for the first use, because you are logged in with another profile. So what the Windows is doing behind, it is creating another profile, creating another registries for this new login. That's why you're seeing these things which you mostly see once you log in first time to the machine. Now it takes few minutes to personalize your experience, so let's wait. Now here's the Windows is needs this login needs what? Some security, some confirmation from the user. So there you go, and I already configured my Microsoft Authenticator app, so it sent me the approval to log in, and here's I did what? I approve here from my phone. And if you haven't configured this authentication app, so you will receive some errors and some sort of stuff, so you need to configure this prior to log into the machine. Now here you need to create a PIN, so I'm going to create a PIN and then log into the machine. So there you go, the PIN is created, and let's click OK to log in. And now we're good with the details, with the authentication and all set, it says. So click OK to log in as Azure account, log in with Azure account, and here where you log in, you log into the Azure cloud, and that tells that your machine is joined, and also you're using the Azure account to log in on this machine. So once you log in, the whole task and the purpose of this video is completed. Now it's time to disconnect from this Azure environment. So you only need to do what? Click to the settings, and here go where? Same to access work or school. Click on it, and there you're gonna find this connected to the JSS DMV1. And now it's time to click to disconnect, and here it needs your confirmation, so click yes and confirm this action. So once you disconnect from here, you cannot log in again unless you join this device again to the Azure. Now here it required email. Here you can see you can type both the email account or the local account. So I'm going to type the local account here and the password of that account to provide the machine another identity from which I'm going to connect on this machine. Now it is asking for the restart, so click to the restart now, and then we will see the machine is totally disconnected from Azure environment. Now it's time to confirm that whether this Azure environment is deleted. We disjoin, we disconnect from the Azure. So same, we're going to the Windows settings and type access and work, and it needs to show, but it's taking a little time, so directly click to the accounts, and there you're gonna find access worker is cool, and there you go. There's nothing that tells this your machine is free and it is disconnected from the Azure environment, Azure cloud. So that's all for this whole project, and in the next project of part 2 of this same module, we're going to show you that how you can create the hybrid environment. So that's it for this video, and like I said, to learn real world IT skill, log on to the jobskillshare.org. Thanks for watching. Hello and welcome members, GSS Server Project 6 Part 2, Configuring Hybrid Azure AD Join. So here in this video, as the title indicates, that we're going to show you that how you can configure the hybrid Azure AD join, and this whole video is about practical, so you won't find theoretical concepts, slides, and we are creating these projects for you guys to just simply watch those videos and utilize the resources, and later on we're going to offer these GSS server for running things, for doing your learnings, and you can easily use our GSS resources to practice stuff. So now let's move to our GSS server and the Azure portal. Now here you can see we already log into the server, and we're going to create a OU. And why? Because as the title indicates, this is about the hybrid environment. And what's happened in the hybrid environment, as you have learned the stuff, read the theories, and if you watched our videos related to the hybrid Azure environment, so you can easily understand what it is. But for this video, let me explain a little that the hybrid environment has two things: on-premises Active Directory and Azure Cloud. And we create a single unit, a single environment where we have both of these directories, the Azure and the on-premises. So here in the following video, you're going to see that how we can achieve that. So for doing that, first I'm going to click to the start, and let me find the Windows administrative tool here, and there you can see I'm gonna click to where Active Directory users and computers, because here in this video we're going to create a separate OU, right? And in that OU we're going to move our machine, and we will only migrate that specific OU to the Azure cloud. So you will see what sort of changes we will have and what sort of impact it will make upon your on-premises OU and users. So here let me right click to create the new OU. So for creating OU, right click on the directory and hold your mouse on new, and there you're gonna find the option for creating OU. So right click to create OU, and we're going to name it as Azure Clients. So I'm gonna type Azure clients and then click to OK. So now you can see the Azure clients is being added here, and let me click to the user and just simply do what? Just move your specific user, one of your user to that specific container. So, but let me make you clear one thing. If you send the account to that Azure client OU, it will only create the account. But here we need to do what? We need to transfer, we need to move this specific machine, the one of our client, to the Azure client. So what I'm going to do is right click and click to move and select here the Azure clients and click OK. And once you click here on the Azure clients, you're going to find that this is now being added under the Azure client, and that's what we want. Now, after performing that instruction, minimize this Active Directory users and computer and double click to open the Azure AD Connect, which we already downloaded from the Microsoft website. So if you want to download this tool, so you can type the name Azure AD Connect on the Google and it will redirect you to the appropriate link to download. Now here, if I reposition this window that I'm seeing right now, so here I need to do what is to configure. So directly and obviously click to the configure, and here you have customization synchronization option, so select that one and click to next, and there you go. The account is already mentioned, the Azure account. So we're going to provide the password of the tenant account. So let me type the password and then proceed in this lab, and here it is verifying the credentials and it is about to complete, and there you go, it is done. And now the directory is already added, so let's click next. And here's a twist, and you can see that if you goes with sync all domains and OU, so it's gonna sync each and everything. But here we're going to notice, and here you can see that there are random way, there are a customized way to select your desired, your required OU. So we're going to select only one, this Azure clients, and click next. Now here on the optional features, and we'll not change anything here and proceed. And there you go, it is confirming things and checking for the install component. And there you go, it is making things ready to configure. And now here on ready to configure page, and click to configure, go with the same, and there you go, it is verifying the configuration, and then it will start synchronizing your server, your on-premises Active Directory with the Azure. And that's going to be interesting and fascinating here, that without manually setting things, you are migrating your on-premises machine to Azure Cloud. And I always get excited once I see those kind of migration, which just eliminate the burden of the system administrator and the cloud administrator to do each and every step manually. And these tools are really helpful and really state-of-the-art and cutting edge, that are doing things in just a number of clicks. Now click to exit. Here you can see the configuration is completed, but we're not going to wait for its automatic syncing. We're going to run a PowerShell command line. So I'm going to type Windows PowerShell, there you go, and right click to run as the administrator. And here I'm going to run the command start-AD sync cycle space dash policy type initial, and you can note that command line. Once you configure your Azure AD Connect, then if you feel that there is no synchronization is going on, so you can run this command to manually execute the process. And there you go, the success says that your process is done, the syncing is done here, and it's time to verify things. But before that, we need to configure just few things. After that, we're going to verify this connection, because we didn't add any device-based configuration here in this AD Connect, Azure AD Connect. So what I'm going to do is click to the configure, and there you go, this configure device option. So select it and click next, and there you go, you have this Azure AD join and the device right back. So here click next on the overview, and here again we need to type the tenant password to proceed. Now here, once you type the password, it will show you further options to do things. So let me type the password because I must be correct while typing this one. Sometime typing the password while speaking navigate you to errors, and that's why while typing anything, so try to keep quiet and focus on typing. Now here on the device option, you will find the configure hybrid AD join. So we're going to go with the top option. That is what we require right now. And here on the device operating system, so we need to select the exact version. So here the select operating system used by the device in your Active Directory environment. So if you already knew that all the machines and all the client devices are using Windows 10, so you can easily go with that option. And mostly the companies, the organization are moving towards the Windows 10, the newly operating system that is adding much value to the production. Now here on SCP configuration, so here select this directory and click to authentication service, select Azure Active Directory, and click to the enterprise admin, and here you need to type the admin account of your on-premise Active Directory. So let me type. Now I provided the administrator account, so click next to proceed, and it is making things ready to configure, and it's the same as we have seen previously. So now you can see that once you click to configure, they will configure the SCP for the device registration from this directory. So click to configure, and it is verifying things and configuring. Now the task to configure hybrid Azure AD join completed successfully, and if you want to add some more steps, so you can go there, and let's click exit from here. Now it's time to move to that client machine that we just added here. So open that machine here, and now let me do what is to right click and restart the machine to see the process that whether it joined the Azure Active Directory. So let's restart the machine. Now the machine is restarted, and let's log in to see whether it joined the Azure Active Directory. So to verify that, let's click here, type here to search, and there we're going to type Windows PowerShell. And once you see the PowerShell, just right click to run as admin. So I right click here and run it as admin, and there we're going to run a simple command that we used previously in our previous module to verify that whether this machine is a part of Azure Active Directory. Now here I'm going to type the command dsreg registry cmd space / status, press enter, and there you go. This output will tell you that is this machine join the Azure, and here is user Azure AD is set to no. Let me verify a few more settings. That here you can see the server error code is there, so might be this machine is not joined this Azure. No, there you go, on top Azure AD join no. So we need to restart this machine again to verify that whether it is a part of the Azure hybrid cloud. Now I restarted the machine one more time because it takes few minutes to complete the whole sync process. So now we're going to verify again that whether this machine became the part of the Azure AD Cloud AD directory. So here what I'm going to do is let me straight to Windows PowerShell, and here we need to open the Windows PowerShell. So why it's not showing here? Okay, so there you go, and right click on the PowerShell and run it as admin, and let me directly jump to the PowerShell, and there's a command we used before, ds-regcmd space /status. Press enter, and there you go. Is device join? It says yes. And if you scroll up, so you're gonna find that the device is successfully became the part of the tenant, and there you go. It shows the tenant ID that tells that it is somehow communicating with your tenant, and this Azure AD join is changed to yes. So you're gonna find yes against this Azure AD join. And another way you can verify this joining by opening the portal, and there you go. It is showing that specific machine, and all the way the whole process is automated. We use the Azure AD Connect and did some settings and configuration, and we highlighted all those options and all those sort of parameters that you must set to achieve that. So if you follow all the steps precisely and more focusedly, so definitely you will achieve that, and it will automatically sync your device to Azure Cloud. And as for the environment where you have multiple users and when you're creating a hybrid environment, so it's up to you that you can create a separate Azure client kind of container like we did, and you can add all the machines in that specific container if you want to make them a part of this hybrid environment. So like I said in each and every video, to learn real world IT skill, log on to jobskillshare.org, and if you didn't log into the jobskillshare.org and you are somewhere else, so I suggest you to move on to jobskillshare.org. And that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.